Well, hey, Maggie, it's great to see you. How have you been?
I am absolutely great.
Well, good.
Welcome back to Gunners.
Oh, my gosh, it's always so fun here. Hey, we were talking, you brought up something as we were chatting that this is a great topic, is a public service announcement. Now, and I got to be honest, this happened to me too. I've done this a million times, but I still mess this up. So go for it.
Darling ladies and delightful gentlemen, this is your ATF Form 4473, and you have been completing these to purchase firearms lawfully and legally from your favorite firearms dealers for the last, probably longer than I have existed on the planet. The new revision of this has seen some major changes which have tripped people up, even the best and most...
I take pride in not failing on filling that out,
right.
And I got it. But I blame it on the form.
The form is definitely worded strangely, and things that should be brought to your attention ahead of time are not. So let's just go over this here. So you'll notice on page 1, B and C for 21 are slightly different. B is, in essence, do you intend to buy the gun that's listed on this form for sale, gift, or any other reason to give to a prohibited person or a non-immigrant alien? So the first part of it asks, do you intend to purchase this firearm? And that is as far as people will read. At that point, they stop,
and
they check yes, and then they move on.
Ideally, no, probably.
They don't read the rest of the question. They stop at, do you intend to purchase the firearm listed on this form?
Oh, okay, and then they just check
That's
yes.
where they stop.
Oh.
They do not finish reading the rest of the sentence.
I did not. Now, I did not make this mistake.
That was not your mistake.
That's not the mistake I made.
No.
The other mistake is the blame of people not reading the entire sentence.
Yes.
The other one is the blame on the form.
Please finish reading the sentence. And then on page 2.
This is where they mess up.
Oh man, at the top right here after 21, letter M, which asks, hey, are you an alien illegally or unlawfully here in the United States? And most citizens that I have met have all checked no.
Of course not.
Right?
Right.
And then they continue on. Are you an alien who has been admitted to the U.S. under a non-immigrant visa? And they continue to check boxes until they get to the very last line after the last 2 check boxes. This is question 21N1 and question 21N2 on Federal Form 4473, which states in tiny fine print at the very end of both blocks, U.S. citizens, please leave 21N1 and 21N2 blank.
Now, here's my hang up with that. That should have gone above in 21NA or whatever it is.
So they need to have...
It's not at the end of it, because you go through A1 or N1 or whatever it is, and then you check, because it doesn't say anything, so you check, well, no. And then you read the next one, and then finally they say, well, by the way, the above question, leave blank.
So, or perhaps, now hear me out, they've got some extra space on that line after they ask you the last question for citizens. Are you an alien illegally or unlawfully in the United States? And then there's a blank. Believe the correct thing to do would be to direct U.S. citizens to question 22, which is their signature.
U.S. citizens don't answer.
Yes. Please skip to line 22, sign and date on 22 and 23.
So the reason we're bringing this out as a public service announcement, how often since this new form has come out, what would you say the percentage? Because I messed it up too, and I did it because the same reason. You answered 21N1. Okay, there's nothing after it. So
you read the sentence,
and then
you
answer
the question.
And it says it. So then I had to go in and initial it and put this date. What's the percentage of people that mess that up right now?
Currently, this is a new form. It became mandatory use on the 1st of April, 2023. And it's kind of a 50-50 toss-up.
Yeah.
About half of them will pay attention when you say, hey, skip these last 2 questions. And then some people will still make those mistakes and check those boxes and then go, oh, wait, it says U.S. citizens, leave it blank. I didn't leave it blank. What do I do now? So that can be fixed on the paper format, initials, sign and date like you did.
So this is great. Well, Maggie, glad you brought this up because this happened, this is the first time I filled it out, and I did. I got to the next question. I'm like, well, you should have asked me on the prior question. You told me that the prior
could you
question.
have told me to skip
Just put it up
before?
one more. Yeah.
I mean, thanks for finishing reading the sentences, but no thanks to the authors of this form. So sorry. I know you guys, I hate to say it, but anybody who does paperwork and makes these forms, you guys put a lot of time and effort into it. I'm not just talking ATF forms. I'm talking anybody that is making documents to sign or to purchase, lease agreements, anything like that. And so having something that is difficult to read is a little on the miserable side.
Instructions to leave things blank need to go to the top of that section, not at the bottom.
Yeah.
Is really what it, if the instructions are, if you qualify under this thing, leave it blank. That needs to go at the top, not the bottom. That's my personal opinion.
Yes.
I've always been a read left to right and then down.
Yeah.
And not right to left and up. So
I'm not trying to really. I really don't want to be mean to the people that made these forms.
Sure.
I mean, on one hand, I kind of do because I'm like, how dumb do you have to be to answer some of these?
Well, but you're the one that has to sit there and correct them and do all the, you're the one that has to actually sit there and correct these people day after day after day on the same mistake day after day after day. And
it gets easier with time. And by the time they announce the next revision of this form, I'd say most of the population will have it down by then. And then they'll change the form just in time for everybody who has it right to screw it up again. It never fails.
All right, well, this has been a public service announcement by Mark and Maggie.
Yes, it has.
Well, Maggie, thank you so much. Thanks for bringing this up because, again, I just messed that up about a week ago. It was earlier this week, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. And we've been trying to warn our customers here at the counter ahead of time, like, hey, by the way, there at the very bottom, if you're from the United States and you are a citizen, you stop at letter M. Yep. 21 letter M is your last checkbox as a United States citizen, and you will skip down to 22, put your beautiful signature on the line, and 23 is today's date.
Then you don't have anything to correct.
True story.
Awesome. Well, Maggie, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And thank you for taking the time to make this easier on both sides of the counter.
Yeah, and that's what the public service announcement
is. This is amazing.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Maggie, thank you so much. We'll just keep on talking.
All right. Until next time. See you around, Mark.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.